This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
me much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danan in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
See what I can do!
Radiant?
I'm going in!
Bring him down!
Take far enough!
And again! Once and we
Slash!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Smash him! Swallow blade!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out. Swallow blade. Try this. Infernal turret. That gun out of your hand. Try harder. I see one, eh?
Dance in the wind!
Swallow blade.
In here! I'll be saving you!
It's almost too
Magic
strong.
is there!
Split it open. Be my guest.
Dance in the wind!
Ready to go!
Sealed! I'll be saving this one!
Not done yet.
The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that! Where are you going? Now! Demon's Descent!
Flashing fang.
We won.
Got it!
An opponent like this should be easy.
Laser spear! Here's rings around us! Searing storm! Reload!
This one's all mine.
Eat this! Let me help!
Infernal turret.
First aid! Lightning
Damn it.
orb! Laser
Too
spear!
back.
Here's
Stand
you!
back. I'll trip it
Not
up.
in your dreams! Freeze laser!
I can carve through armor.
Raging cascade!
In a bind.
In here!
Laser spear.
I'll be piercing one!
Kisara, Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Strike!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. What's this thing?
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
that shield will save you?
Ignore it! In the group!
I'm ready! Lightning condemned!
Back into the fray! Lightning! I never miss!
We're not finished!
Raging storm!
Take it! And again!
Rip and tear! Swallow blade!
Anything in order is all mine!
I owe you one. I really owe you one.
Any injuries?
No choice. You got spirit. Swallow blade.
Mega ray!
Infernal turret.
Fall into thine own!
They really don't give up, do they?
Swallow blade.
Now!
Face blast. Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Dance in the wind! Here goes!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah. And the pummeling to me.
Not on my watch!
Swallow blade. I'll smash you. Watch this. Now. In an instant. Impact block. We managed to pull through.
Finally.
What is it?
I found an ingredient for that new recipe.
No backing down. Swallow blade. Try this. Crumble. Infernal turret.
Fall into thine own death!
I won't show you any mercy.
That is it! If it's in the sky, it's mine! Mega ray!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'll put you through! Eagle fly! Swallow blade! Try this! Storm! Do it! Doubling! In an instant! Impact claw!
With this, I can become even stronger.
No choice! Rebel! Tear you apart!
Sharpness!
I owe you one! I can carve through armor!
Glacial spear!
Show out this! Blade and fist! Got you now! Do it!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Speak now! Glacial spear! Here's the evil! Lightning condemned!
Infernal turret! Swallow blade!
Lightning condemned! Here goes!
Weapon tear!
Lightning! Downfall!
First strike!
Gale force! Here I go!
Quiver!
Searing flame! Reload!
Eat this!
Mega ray! Raging storm!
First take this! I'll smash
Crush you!
Mega Ray!
Take no further!
Radiant Storm!
Leave the chargers to me!
Eat this! Let the marksman handle this!
Storm! This one's all mine!
Chinese Supernova! Ray! Field! Flare Tornado! More for
Infernal Torrent! First strike! No escape! Slash! Swallow blade! You're finished!
Radiant Supernova! More Radiant Storm! Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Everyone hanging in there?
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Hi, Hoodle!
Engaging!
Sharpness!
I owe you one. And there! I'm on
Laser!
Infernal Torrent!
Fall into my No mercy!
Thanks.
Healing Circle!
Try harder! First strike!
Searing Flame! Reload! Will this help?
In a bind? Now I'm in the groove!
Healing Circle!
I owe you one. Out of the way! I really owe you one. Swallow
Raging
blade!
Cascade!
Use the slide! Slide! Just getting started! Slide! Swallow blade! Slide!
Searing Bronze and Red!
We're not finished!
Rip and tear!
Swallow blade!
Not on my watch!
I can carve through armor! My deal!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
How much longer will our healing arts last?
I owe you one.
It's over!
Right! Talon Hurricane! Eagle Fly! Slide! Try more!
Lightning! Downfall!
I'm just getting started! Try this side! I'll tear you apart!
Tempest Corruption! Light Astral Energy!
Dust to dust!
Damn it!
Photon
Too
Flare,
fast!
let me help.
Stand back.
I felt
Light
fine
Astral
not long
Energy!
ago. Slash! Try this! Ready and raring! Talon Hurricane!
Another arrow! Dance in the wind! First aid!
Catch it out of this!
Feel.
Blow away!
I'll be saving this one! Watson!
Slow down! Swallow blade! Try this!
Chinese Supernova!
Infernal Torrent!
Here's a healing art! Swallow that!
Now I'm in the groove! Slide!
Lunar blast!
Infernal turret! Swallow blade!
More for the stop! Mega ray! Here goes!
Eat this!
If it's in the sky, on mine!
Eat this!
Take lightning condemned!
Slide!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zugals the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here.
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Hi, Hoodle! Never miss!
For my lord!
Not on my watch!
Swimmer dragon!
Now you see what I can do!
My shield?
I'll have to take my revenge on you!
I owe you one, eh?
What can they just sit still? Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Dragon Steel! Reload! Ready to go!
Try this!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
Infernal turret! Talon hurricane! Swallow
Freeze
blade!
Lancer!
Flutter blade! Swallow blade!
Light and Crazy Lightning! Downfall! Take in the wind! Air drop! Swallow
Dare! Do it like Swallow blade!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Raging
Swallow
Sword!
blade! Hey, spirit!
Tunnel! Here we go! Raging Cascade! Annihilation Gate! Mega Ray!
Armor won't save you! Dragon! Watch this!
Tempest Whirl!
Prepare to be sealed!
Where are you going?
Eat this!
Shining Supernova!
In a bind? Can't move!
Air drop!
Far enough!
Glacial Speed!
Listen to its
evil.
Frickin' does it!
Freeze Lancer! Lunar Raging Cascade! Lunar Blast!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
There's always room for improvement.
choice.
Here's the wall! It courses its blade! Healing circle! Hear me! Flame of fury! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Now you see what I can
It's over! Radiant here!
That's how you does it!
The enemy wields arcs too.
We'll soon see about that! I'll be saving it! Do it!
Glimmer Dragon!
Thunder Field! Healing circle!
Rip and tear! I'm on it!
Fighting in this state isn't advisable.
Forgive you!
Now you'll learn!
Any more, this will all burn out.
Reload! Fall into thine own pay for what you did!
I owe you one.
Damn it, baby!
Radiant storm! Here I go! It's over! Annihilation!
Can't get out of this.
Radiant storm!
Denied! Rip and tear! Oh! Now I'm real mad! I can carve through armor!
Lunar corruption! Lunar blast!
Rip and come on a roll now!
Better!
Eat this! Talon Horde! First strike! Talon Horde!
Raging storm! You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Glacial spear!
Over.
Lightning condemned! Thunder blade! Mega ray! Eagle guard! Focus, Ringo. If you can't rely on yourself,
Don't be a martyr. You've got all your friends.
thanks. Here's the evil!
Not my finest.
You'll pay for that!
Raging cascade!
This should do it!
In here! I'm out of... Ammo! What? I'll be saving this one! I never miss!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's
for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Raging storm! More where that came
Can't
from!
get out of this.
Here I go!
Denied!
I'm only getting started! Annihilation! Hear me, flame! Fury! Think again! Raging storm! More where that came from! Lunar corruption! Here's the lunar blast! Back into the fray! Magna ray! Searing flame! Reload!
Can't move.
Raging cascade! Searing tempest! And that's my will! I'm flare tornado! Sorry! Lunar corruption! Watch and weep! Annihilation! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
Do you require a hand?
Where are you going? I can handle it! Graviton field! Mega ray! Annihilation! Mega ray! Mega ray! Annihilation! Mega ray! Mega ray! Annihilation! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Go! You're mine! Annihilation!
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegus?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegus and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? Ugh, my head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
You're mine!
It's mine.
I'm pretty worn out.
Want to rest up for a bit?
Lightning orb!
Rip and tear!
Lunar blast!
No shield can stand up to these fists.
My lord!
Radiant shield!
Take this! Damn it!
Denied! Shield! I'm on a roll! Annihilation!
I can carve through walls!
Like beyond now! Blade with
Do it! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Take down their defenses!
Got you now!
It's almost too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
We're not finished!
Easy and smelling to me. Yeah, and bubbling to me.
Shattering the pieces!
An astral light?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
This one's all mine! Almost dead! out of this!
Denied! Searing flame! Reload! Here goes! There! Again! Take that! Dance in the wind!
Swallow blade!
This one's
Swallow
mine!
blade! I'll tear you apart! Swallow blade!
Raging stars! More with that
Swallow blade!
Take it! Thunderblast! Annihilation! Magna ray! Annihilation!
Now or never!
Breathe not in your dreams!
I'll smash you!
I never miss! Heal
I'm
force!
just getting started! Eagle's eye! Can't get out of this!
Lightning
You shouldn't have messed with me!
ready to go!
Denied!
Sword! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's the evil! Thunderblast!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Raging cascade!
Hurricane!
Lunar seal! Back into the
Swallow
forest!
blade!
Solo dance!
Strike!
Raging storm! More where that came from! Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Be a breeze. Get in, get out. Swallow blade. Try this. Anything in order is all Infernal torrent.
You require
I can carve through armor. Can't get out of this. Over.
Photon flash! I never miss! Dance in the wind! Now! Annihilation!
I'll finish you here and there.
I'm out of ammo! I'm all stocked up! Annihilation! Raging cascade!
I'm on it.
man down.
Nothing I can't fix.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
An opponent like this should be easy.
Can't be swirled!
Slash!
One can
Swallow blade! Slash!
Raging
Now we're not...
I'll tear you apart!
Radiant Spear! Powered Horn and Radiant Ring! Radiant
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
I'm on a roll! Denied! I'm only get Radiant Fly! I'm unstoppable! Air thrust!
Glacial Spear.
Energy! Freeze Photon Blast!
Eat this! Nail in the glue!
Slash! Swallow blade!
Blow away!
Radiant Lightning
Too fast!
Raging
Stand back!
Cascade!
I'll trip it up.
Direct Blade! Air thrust!
Swallow blade! Do it! Slash!
With this, I can become even stronger!
What's this thing?
Let's dispose of the trash.
Glimmer Dragon!
Radiant Spear!
Tearing the pieces!
Dance in the wind!
Glacial Spear.
Air thrust!
Pierce evil.
Swallow blade!
Freeze Laser! Ready to go!
Can't get out of this!
Lightning Storm!
Oh, did you hear it?
Yes! Annihilation! Mega Ray! Lightning! Downfall! Raging Storm! More where that came from! Luna Blast! I'm on the way!
Lost my
Air thrust! Lightning Blast!
I'll tear you apart!
Now I'm real mad.
Here we go again! Eat this!
I felt better, that's for sure.
What's this thing?
choice!
Engaging! Magic is in! Radiant pierce!
I can carve through one! My
Here we go!
enemy heals on two.
Let's go see that! Now I'm on field! Annihilation! Radiant pierce! Raging cascade! Radiant pierce!
Let's refrain from losing.
No choice! Bring him down!
Not in your dreams! Reload!
I'm on it!
Again! Raging cascade!
Engage! Try this!
More for the stock side! Reload! I'm out!
Reloaded!
Lightning orb!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And punish to me!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Lightning orbs! Lightning descent! Thunderblade! Primed and ready!
Dragon shout! Swallow blade!
Lightning! Downfall! Lightning orb!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.